We are taught again and again that it's more blessed to give than to receive. Giving is definitely a beautiful act, but more blessed? This belief can block you from experiencing magic and miracles in your life. Receiving is an important skill, and it's been trained out of us, especially with women. And if you can't receive, the universe is basically standing there like a UPS driver holding your dream package, but you won't open the dang door. So let's examine this belief about giving and receiving. Is it true? One of the most important things I received from my near-death experience is the importance of examining one's beliefs. And be sure you keep watching in this video because I give specific ways that you can develop this skill of receiving so that you receive better and more. I'd like to start this video with a story about an experience I had with a female guide, a non-physical guide. You know, I have these connections. I don't often get to talk to her, but she came in to show me what happens when people refuse to receive a gift that's being offered them. When we don't receive a gift, we are creating scar tissue in that person's heart. I mean, wow. Since giving and receiving is the two sides of the same coin, let's look at giving briefly. Have you ever given so much that you felt so drained that you needed like a 3-day nap and a spirit cleanse to recover from it? I have. I had a habit of over-giving. I gave and gave and gave. I was kind of like a broken ATM that just kept spitting out cash until it was depleted of cash. And surprise, I was depleted. And not just of cash, but of energy, ideas, emotional support. And sometimes I would be just knocked out for several weeks after the amount of giving I was doing. Other examples of unhealthy or imbalanced giving, when you give with the intention of receiving something in return, or you give so that someone will like you. I mean, who wants to have the gold medal in the Olympics of people pleasing? Come on. Or you give so that someone will stay, you know, the abandonment thing. Or you give because you have a subconscious belief that love must be earned. Or you are undercharging for your services, which is another version of unhealthy giving. Many of us do many of these patterns of unhealthy giving. What is healthy giving? This is when you give from love and from a place of abundance, not from a place of scarcity or lack or need. It nourishes the giver and the receiver. You don't feel drained or resentful or used or unappreciated after you give. It's an act of joy. Okay, that's giving. Let's get into receiving now. When you receive, you start expanding as a human being. And from a manifesting perspective, when it feels like things aren't coming, oftentimes it's because we aren't receiving them. Spirit is trying to actually give you what you want, but because we're out of practice of receiving, or maybe we never even learned it, we can't hear the messages of wisdom that Spirit is giving. We can't sense the nudges of who to contact or which way to go, or go left instead of right in order to receive your manifestation. Or sometimes we think we know how it's supposed to appear, so that if it's not coming the way we think it's supposed to come, we push it away. And all of this is confusing to the universe. It's like, you say you want this, I'm trying to give it to you, and you refuse to receive it. So my suggestion to develop this skill of receiving so you can experience way more magic and miracles in your life for the next 1 or 2 weeks is better at least. Accept every gift that comes to you. So if a compliment comes to you, accept it. You don't have to give one back. If someone offers to carry your groceries, although your arms are working just fine, accept it. If they offer to pay for your dinner, accept it. If you see a penny on the street, pick it up. That's a beautiful gift. If someone offers you like a fuchsia pink fuzzy bath mat in the shape of a human hand, and you're like, what the hell am I going to do with this pink fuzzy bath mat in the shape of a hand? Who knows? Take it, because next week you might run into someone that says, you know what I always wanted? A pink fuzzy bath mat in the shape of a hand. And you'll be like, boom, magical giver. So accept all of it. When you start letting that energy in, more is going to be able to come in. The give and the take is a natural flow when it's even and moving healthily. I mean, just look at nature. Hummingbirds aren't going around overthinking this stuff. They're not just hovering in midair going, maybe I should Venmo this honeysuckle before I sip it. No, they sip and go. Like, they're cool. Now, there's an added, very important benefit to developing this skill of receiving. As you get better at receiving, you get better at giving. You're giving now from an expansive state that's more in flow with the universe. You come from a place of abundance. And this is one of the keys to moving into 4D consciousness. And it's time we start moving there. So train the next few weeks like you're getting a master's in receiving. This is going to stretch you. It's going to feel weird sometimes. It's going to be hard sometimes. But Spirit is going to notice, and it's going to be like, whoa, look, finally, they're receiving. You know, it's funny, as I was writing notes for this video, I was in a Starbucks, and this barista walked over and said, hey, would you like some more water? I was like, what the hey? They don't do like table service at Starbucks. I've never seen this before. And my brain was screaming, I'm an independent being. I can get up and get water for myself. Yeah, that's still playing in there. But I shut it up and I said, yeah, that'd be really great. Thank you. And that's an example of just a little small win for developing this muscle of receiving. And if you want to know more about how your subconscious beliefs are affecting your manifesting and your joy, then watch this video next. And be patient with this message. It's deep. It's really important. I mean, you can let it play while you're preparing a dinner or taking a bath. I really hope you hear this message because it's a key to understand what's holding you back in your life. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you a really amazing few weeks of receiving.